dive in. It's Kairos. You're entering Kairos realm in this present moment in time. We'll be jumping into Aries, talking about the warrior. So, I'm gonna talk about why Aries is the warrior and why their natures amount to them being called such names. You know, being able to resonate and be within such vibrations. Why? Why do we see Aries like warriors? You know, now all Aries aren't necessarily fighters. You know, being a warrior and being a fighter is a little different. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people see warriors. When you think of war, a lot of people immediately relate to it in that common sense of just physicality. You know, but there's a lot of different ways in which you have war. You know, it's a whole lot of different battles that go on in existence when you're relating to such ideologies. So it's never just in the presence of fighting. You know, Aries already get the sense of like they carry the energy of fight itself, and that amounts to them being a warrior because they got fight in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever see a motherfucker be like, oh, they got that dog in them. Aries got that fight in them. They got they got that fight in them to where it's like, and it depends upon your alignments itself, how your Aries natures will play out in reality. Like, I got an Aries moon, well, a Pisces Aries moon, it's a cuss moon, to where I react more Aryan. You know, like you would do something, then I'll react, and you would be like, what the fuck? I'll be on some Aries type shit the way I react, but the way I regularly do shit most of the time would be more Capricornistic, the way I just do shit. But when you make me react to something, you'll get my Aries nature. You know, that's why you gotta know your shit. You know what I'm saying? But Aries themselves, they talk and communicate through fire, through that initiation of the spirit itself. So these are beings that don't really care about like all your cloths and all your flesh and all them aspects of reality. They really see it for what it is. You know, they kind of see you as your immediate appearance or how you may relate to an individual like that. Like we could be having a conversation about something, right? Now, we could have a regular plateau of energy to where we just having a regular conversation over some day-to-day shit. Then you may jump into some energy of talking about something that may rub the Aries the wrong way. But if you jump into that energy like you're willing to rub the Aries the wrong way, then they start enacting that fight. Like they see that you trying to, just in the sense of communication, they'll start speaking harsher. You know what I'm saying? Aries get to getting on that shit, even in they talking and communication. It's almost like they're battling with their words as if they're swords. You know, that's how they'll take some things when you talk to them, and it's almost in an offensive way, or if you're saying something that can offend them. Now, when an Aries mature, they'll be the coldest at doing any of that shit and realize when you're just speaking, when we're just talking in the mannerisms to where it can rub each other the wrong way, but we're not necessarily trying to actually, you know what I'm saying, fight or have any problems. It's just we dealing with some friction. A mature Aries will get that, you know, and be able to teach everybody else how to handle your emotions and display and articulate yourself. Aries are the best at doing that, in my personal opinion. And I will say they are the best at articulating themselves because they be like the first version of art itself. Being Aries, you know what I'm saying? Like they are the being that initiates a lot of what we take as beauty and what we take as art in life. You know, they kind of create the scene. They kind of create the scenario with them living and going through it. You know, Aries will do shit first and everybody else will just be sitting there watching. With them living them type of lives, it's like they got a whole bunch of energy of independence. You know, it's not necessarily even just like confidence. It's like it's who they is. You know, as a being and a person, it's like I can't belittle myself. You may think thoughts and stuff in your head to where you downplay who you are. Aries really, if a Aries is living like that, they gonna fuck up like their flow of existence. And that's not the flow Aries be in. Aries supposed to be uplifting themselves. You know, always moving farther. You know what I'm saying? Never just getting stuck in a sense of stagnancy. When Aries is like that in life, you know what I'm saying? You will see them dormant. You may see them depressed in some ways, shapes, and forms because they're not able to be the warrior. You know, it's like motherfucker done locked them up and put them in jail. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always just because of something they did. Sometimes the Aries just need to sit their ass down. You know, I got that same energy, so I know how that is. I got some of the energy, so I know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Really having to sit your ass down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You can do everything in the world, but it's just ain't the time for it. You know, and that's why Aries, that's another reason why they would be seen as the warrior. They're so active, you know, being ruled by the planet Mars itself. They carry that whole chakra consistently in life, and they display what that is in reality. You know, so you always seeing some type of Mars energy when you interacting with these Aries beings, and that Mars energy is materialization. So you seeing the spirit materialize in some type of solid form when you dealing with these Aries beings. So it could be all this different shit going on in reality, but when you know the truth, that's what the Aries are coming to express. Like what's going on in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? It could be all this other stuff going on in reality, but how are we all really viewing this situation? Like as spectators and observers of reality and life itself, how are you honestly reciprocating this event itself? You know, Aries come and display them type of actions in life and reality. Like, I'm not finna just play an act or play a character. I make what those are. You make characters based off of me. You know, that's Aries energy. You make titles and shit based off of the shit I done did. I don't need one of them titles or none of that shit. I'm the reason why you got that title in the first place. You make shit off of what I do. That's Aries energy. That's being the warrior. I don't need nobody. It's like if, God damn. I was gonna say if we was back in ancient times and you was trying to pick, you know what I'm saying, what you was gonna be doing with your life and shit. Aries would have been them beings that was just like, you know what I'm saying, was like rogues almost. You know, even like beyond just being like just like a warrior or something, they will always play out that position of being a rogue more of, you know, and not necessarily always being a rogue, but it's like, cause I say rogue, people, this I feel like that's ancient talking. I be playing old school games, magical little games with like knights and shit. And you probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking. I'm gonna leave that shit alone. But those type people Aries be. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be motherfuckers who come out and they represent themselves so hard in life and reality that you have no choice but to you remember what they do. Cause they be like the first initiators of shit, and they do shit like through the spirit. They're not doing something and just doing it based upon an aspect of reality. They doing it based on themselves. You know, that their selves, all their different cells and energies, and flow of who they are, conceptualizing in reality. They showing you the spirit. You know. But let me get on Aries' ass. You know what I'm saying? Cause all Aries ain't necessarily like just warriors. That's energy that you gotta master. Just cause you got some energy don't mean you know how to control it. You got the dopest chart in the world, the dopest natal chart, the dopest alignments or whatever. You don't know how to control that shit, you just gonna crash out. I know hella Aries is crash out dummies. You know what I'm saying? And it's cause like they Aries energy, Aries will get big headed. Just being in the head, they get lost in their ego sometimes. You know, and in life, when they're viewing people, especially if they start stalking people on some shit, that'll really fuck up their heads. You're not really supposed to be doing that type of shit as an Aries. But they'll start comparing their lives to another. You know, and when they start comparing their lives to another, then the Aries start competing with you, and you don't know that Aries competing with you, but you will feel the energy. But Aries, when they compete, they be on that shit. So in their head, they may be looking at your life, they get envious or jealous or some shit. They putting out energies that they want to kill your ass for real. Not just kill you. They don't mind whooping your ass and you still being around. They want to beat you. They want to defeat you. You know, and they'll get lost in them type of energies of life and just like, oh, I gotta overcome this person. And it's like they'll start a war in their own mind. They'll have like a whole la la land ass war going on, and ain't shit happening. It's just a war in their own reality. But every time they relate to this person or individual, it's motherfucking wartime. They look at a motherfucker and be like, oh, this motherfucker think all this, and this about themselves? Well, I'm finna come like this. I'm finna talk like this then. The way I'm finna act and be, I'm finna play. I know this motherfucker ain't gonna be able to do that shit for too long. Like, that's how Aries will start competing with you. You know? But they won't necessarily say all that out loud. Because some motherfuckers know how to hide and disguise themselves in different ways, shapes, and forms. That's why I say all Aries ain't warriors like that. Because if they present that energy like straight up, like really, that's something different. Oftentimes, this is just like something you can sense from a motherfucker. You know, you would be dealing with an Aries and it's like, what the fuck is their problem? Like, what? Why is you mad? Like, what is you angry at me for? And you don't know they competing with you. You know what I'm saying? It's certain shit you doing in life that they like, that should be me doing. I was the first one doing. I done did shit like that. Why ain't people looking at my shit that they start looking at, they get lost in shit like that in their minds, when in actuality is what's going on in life. I may have not even cared about the thing I did in similarities to you, in which you did it first. I'm doing my own shit, and that just relate to it. That's not the reason why people fucking with me. People fucking with me because I'm me. The way I'm going about doing this whole shit. But you will see an aspect of something that relate to you or look like you, and now it's like, hold on, motherfucker trying to be me? That's my shit. They eating off of my shit. They get ready to fight. They got that fight in them. It's something to fight about. But they just making that shit up. You know what I'm saying? If you were to come and talk to me and have a conversation with me or something about the things that you trying to keep in hidden, that you scared to openly present because you feel like it's a battle or war or something going on, you would know I don't give a fuck about none of that shit you talking about. None of that shit you thinking about. None of that shit you caring about. None of that shit you mad about. None of that shit you want to get angry about. That shit don't even exist to me. That's some shit that you're making up. But it's so real to you that you be trying to force it on everybody else in your reality and shit too. And your Aries leader ass or get a whole crowd of motherfuckers, a whole crowd of lost followers, and you will try to fuck with a motherfucker like me, trying to come over here and fight. You can get a quick little battle and you gonna get some war. You gonna get some shit you wasn't ready for. I'll show you what a warrior is for real. Coming over here playing like that, and that's how you gotta treat him. You gotta be ready to, instead of all that warrior fighting shit, you dealing with a killer now. I hope you willing to die about that shit. You gonna leave me the fuck alone. I don't deal with that type of shit. And that's like you see me reacting. That's more of my Aries energy. I don't like dealing with motherfuckers like motherfuckers always want to fight you and think that shit cool. We fight every day. That's just what we do. I'm not one of them motherfuckers. I'm very kingly. I don't even like people touching me type shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I'm finna let you come over and then talk and all. I don't even like energies. I don't even like certain words in my space. I'm not finna play like that. And that's how you gotta be with them, because they get to go on a war with you in all different shapes and forms and different places. And you have to have a knowingness that everybody got Aries energy, nigga. I ain't just talk like, especially with, man, look, everybody, all these little zodiacs and shit carry different aspects and elements within it. Even if it's just like even if you think it's empty or something, it's not really empty. It's just like a vortex of energy right there. You just don't got no chakras right there. You're not really solid in that area like that. If you don't got like no stuff like in your first house or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Or you ain't got nothing in your Aries placement, you still got energy there that you carry. It's just not solid or physical. It may not be that much of a composition of elements related to your psyche as these other celestial bodies that play a part of your life on a day-to-day basis. So it's tapping in and shit, bro. So that's the basis of it. That's Aries and the warrior. We're gonna hit this bitch and we're gonna go a little higher. Just a little higher. Just a little higher. Get to about 20 minutes. Now we just talking, Now Aries, bro, Aries is one of my favorite zodiac signs, like, just based off the mere fact, like, bro, like, I got a lot of elements to where it's like, I like putting work in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like doing shit. I know everybody ain't necessarily like that in life, but I like doing shit. You know what I'm saying? I like getting things done and getting business handled. Aries be on that shit. And the reason Aries be on that shit, they like to have fun so much, bro. That shit that fuck up like they freedom, they be on it like I'm a warrior in my soul. And I play a part of like the alignments of Aries like at the beginning of degrees. So I'd be one of the first Aries. So I was a motherfucker that's like, when you talk about them natures of the warrior and all that different, like, and just the dreams, like, that you can relate to these titles and shit, with my moon being a cusp of Pisces, 27 degrees, going into Aries, it make me live out a lot of them dreams and imaginations that you have over a warrior itself. That's how I naturally am about shit. No cap. It's just like how y'all conceive the idea of that energy itself. That energy is me. That's energy that I carry. Like that's who I am. So it be shit that be going on, and you like, motherfuckers like to talk like that, talk like they tough, talk like they willing to go to war and woo wah woo wah woo wah. And when the shit go on, when the shit start getting serious, motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, start getting scary, start moving around, shit be a little too much for you to handle. It be a little bit too much weight on your shoulders. You don't be knowing how to move. But you know what I'm saying, some Aries really be with that shit. And that's the type of time I be on a lot. And I like resonating with beings like that too, where it's like when shit going on, like you got some fight in you. You just don't get, you know what I'm saying? Some shit happen, motherfuckers just giving up. Like, me, like this I am. It's how much of a fighter I am. Nigga, I learned about God. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not on no extra little psychotic shit. But as a little boy, as soon as my mama was trying to teach me about God and shit, I wanted to kill that nigga. Whoever God was, he got to get it from me. Because why the fuck my life was shitty. It wasn't that shitty, but just a perspective I'm giving off. It's like, why God, this overseer ruling our life? I'm just supposed to be a slave. I'm just supposed to not ever be happy. Nah, nigga, not me. Why the fuck all this law? Why can't he come talk to a nigga? They talk about angels and all these prophets and shit. Why ain't shit going on now? Where motherfuckers at? Who is this motherfucker we waiting for? Jesus don't got no homies? Jesus don't got no friends? Jesus don't got no family? What? That's how I was. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, a lot of beings got that type of nature within them. To where it's like, when you sense shit like some overseer capturing my whole life, lock me in a cell forever, I gotta always do what you say. Hold on, that don't even make sense, nigga, because I can make my own choices. Why the fuck would I just get, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it was, and that's like Aries energy, and I love beings that be like that more of. But I don't get lost into that, because you gotta teach motherfuckers like that how to listen. You gotta know how to listen, because a lot of that shit, like the Bible, all that Christian shit, all esoterics, bro. It is talking in code. That's why they put shit like, you got eyes but you can't see, you got ears but you can't hear. Because they saying shit and they got different meanings than like what you probably think it is. You probably just lost into the meanings that most people would conceive of it. But you gotta actually, you know what I'm saying, be zoned in and know some shit. Like all that shit in the Bible like that, bro. For real, I ain't gonna talk about it too much, but I say the Bible one of the greatest grimoires ever. Like, I don't even look at the Bible as just like a holy text. I look at it as like a book of magic spells type shit. It is like a holy text, but on some Rosicrucian shit, like, I really get that it's put together to help your consciousness itself. It's not put together for you to look for a leader. So you're not supposed to look at it like that. You running for a savior and all. You're supposed to just be trying to get better at life. Simple. It's like y'all be going and shit, and then like when y'all be fucking with shit, you fuck with this like it's supposed to be the ultimatum, and since it's not the ultimatum to everything in your existence, nah, this shit bullshit. Hold on, dog, you tweaking out. You know how long it took to make the Bible? You know how much eons of life it took to make the Bible? Y'all be talking about, because it got all this other shit in it. It's from this. That's what make it hard, nigga. It's stories of the Toph, Hermes, Gilgamesh, who else? All these the Christian, all these motherfuckers. They done put it into one book. Yeah, I want to read that. I want to read that. It's not so. Oh, what it is. Like I get like not fucking with it though, and like want to look at the other shit and stuff though. But it's like this hero, this nigga Gilgamesh, whoever the fuck. Loki, Odin, Hermes, whoever the fuck, this motherfucker is the same person. It is one nigga that can do hella shit. Like he overcame shit. Just talking about Jesus and stuff. How motherfuckers be mad at that. I'm probably gonna make this a 2-part thing because now I'm just talking. But that's like a journey of the hero more of. But it's still like I know I'm not talking about Aries and just the warrior and shit. But it was trying to get you to perceive that, like, bro, shit don't be like that serious all the time. Like, so, like, motherfuckers take the Bible in the wrong way. Motherfuckers start fucking with the Bible. All the hating shit again. And I know because I done been there. But it's like motherfuckers not supposed to be looking at it how they look at it. And since you a person that can perceive, like, why are you even looking at the, like, it's not meant to be read like that. You know, so you're not supposed to be reading it through it. If you read it through your own sense of mind, don't read it like how another person telling you how they think about the shit. Read it and be like, like, get your own concept about it. You know? And then this other shit. I heard a motherfucker, I was in just talking, bro. Man, I was in the motherfucking grocery store. I was in Dearburg's. And I heard people talking about the Bible. Damn, they jumped in the convo. This motherfucker talking about the Apocrypha. So these books is not put in the Bible. He started talking about them like they fan fictions. They basically fan fictions. He was hitting some little points and shit though. But the thing is like, the reason the Bible is like the Bible, and these people, is a group of motherfuckers made a common sense of this is what we're going to put out into the world as like a world-class religion itself, is that, bro, they was trying to get people to really get the sense of, see, like, it's through different ages and through different eons, just like knowing about astrology, people be in different states of beings and states of mind. You know, so it's like you're going to be able to perceive or download knowledge in the different variations of yourself based upon the age of existence you're in. So if y'all not ready to be thinking about the book of Enoch, I'm not going to put the book of Enoch out there for everybody to see or view, you know. But in today's times, it's like they do things right in front of you, and you're like, y'all don't be getting it. Y'all be getting mad and stuff about shit. Like how information and stuff starts flooding out about ancient texts and shit out of nowhere, and you be able to tap into a lot of the Apocrypha and shit. It's them Jesuits and shit doing that. It's just like now you ready for it. But before you wasn't ready for it. You ain't even get what God was. A lot of y'all still don't get that. You don't even get natures and the seasons. You don't get how life is built up. Why would I tell you about angels and shit? I want you to know yourself first. Before we start talking about all this other shit, you build up your own conception of life and make your own mind. Before you start running to some history. You start running to somebody to protect you. Who is you? How strong are you? You ain't doing shit but living on a day-to-day basis, and you talk about that like it's harsh. You don't got appreciation for life. You the one that made this. You play a part of it. You don't know how serious them beings' faith and shit is. So when y'all be talking about Jesuits and all, like, all that good shit, I don't even really vibe and fuck with none of that shit for real. Because most of y'all niggas stupid. If you ask me, like the mass majority of people, you don't even got no faith. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your faith ain't even solid as the ground upon which you walk. So don't talk to me about no beliefs, because you don't even got none. You just living, if you even alive. You know, y'all weak on shit. And I'm not like a Jew or a Jesuit. Not like I'll be having benefits or nothing going on. I'm just not like it's no reason to disrespect and hate on motherfuckers. You know, like when you start getting lost in some type of conceptions and mindsets, that's how you fuck yourself up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit be double speaking and be hidden, and be a lot of shit you don't be ready for. Like, you could be living a whole regular life and you don't know that. I'm just saying this as an example. I ain't saying this necessarily the case, so don't get lost in it. But you don't know it's vampires and shit around that rule the world. You don't know what really be going on. You don't know how motherfuckers really be dying. You don't know why motherfuckers be dying sometimes. Shit could be real serious and you just living your old good jolly life being protected. You know what I'm saying? Like, that be the case 9 times out of 10. Because don't shit be going on in your reality for real. You just be getting mad about not having more of your wants and desires. You know? Like, as bigs, bro, we great enough, bro. We can just live off of, like, we don't even gotta eat. We don't even gotta sleep. We don't even gotta drink water type shit. That's how dope we is. That's how dope we are in just like our elements. And if we were just like connected to like all of the ethers and all this shit like how we supposed to be, and there's people out there that do that, like Eritreans, niggas that just, this nigga live off earth. There's people like that. They keep that shit secret and stuff because motherfuckers don't be needing to know that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? More you You mad off of how many likes your shit get up, your shit get on Instagram and shit. You don't care about no serious shit. Why would I even look at you, or you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like shit be tests, and a lot of y'all be failing them. You gotta peep that type of shit. Like that's how you get like more connected to these initiations of not just like, I'm not saying you trying to get initiated with none of that shit or nothing, but just like your shit, you know what I'm saying? Like your peoples, and like being connected to your knowledge and your histories of wealth and all that shit, your Akashic records and all that. Like you ain't gonna get that holding on to hate, because them people ain't do nothing to you. They really just trying to help you. Cause for real, motherfuckers will do you way worse. Like, y'all don't be thinking aliens and shit real. Like, I don't mean like just aliens, but that shit not that big of a thing. But just talking about like beings that are different than humans, but they look like you. They can stand upright and think. Like, I don't even be conscious of motherfuckers like that really being in reality. You gonna believe whatever somebody tell you about science or about life, or you know what I'm saying. So it's like you don't get how real shit'll be out here sometimes. Sometimes motherfuckers be needed to be protected from what they do not know. You know what I'm saying? Because some of y'all really don't know shit. Like I talk about being an angel. You may think I'm capping. Nigga, I am really an archangel, nigga. Him. Fuck you saying, nigga. Ask yo whatever you got faith into about me. Let's go out and talk to the sky. Some shit'll probably happen. Butterflies start flying by and shit. Darius mean light. I'm just talking shit. This ego shit.